The year was 1984, December. Winter had covered the streets of Bhopal with its chilling silence. Those who remember the night of December 2nd still feel their souls tremble. This is a story of the Bhopal Gas Tragedy, the world's most horrifying industrial disaster. Accidents happen in factories, yes, but what took place on the night of 2nd and December 3rd, 1984, in a pesticide factory at Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh, was no ordinary mishap. That night, thousands slept and never woke up again. The survivors still say, it would have been better if we had died that night. Their lives after the tragedy were filled with pain, sickness, and hopelessness. Many women were abandoned by their in-laws because of the diseases they developed after exposure to the gas. People who lived through that night are still fighting for justice, even after nearly 4 decades. This video will uncover who's responsible for the Bhopal gas tragedy, how it happened, and how, shockingly, the value of a human life was calculated at just 12,400 rupees. We'll also see how the factory owner escaped India and never faced justice. Let's begin from the start. The Union Carbide India Limited Factory, or UCL, was set up in 1969 in Bhopal to produce a pesticide called 7. The plant had 3 underground tanks that stored a deadly chemical, methyl isocyanate, known as mic. In its early years, the company didn't manufacture mic in India, it imported it. But in 1979, the government allowed UCL to start producing mic locally, and from that day onward, danger began to build beneath the ground. The factory was jointly owned, 50.9% by the American company Union Carbide Corporation and 49.1% by Indian investors, including government-controlled banks. On the night of December 2nd, 1984, workers were performing routine maintenance near the mic storage area. The pipes of the chemical processing unit were clogged, so workers tried to clean them using water. What no one knew was that water had accidentally entered one of the underground tanks, Tank E610, which contained 42 tons of liquid mic. This single mistake triggered a deadly chemical reaction. If that water had never entered the tank, the tragedy would never have happened. A few days earlier, the company had connected the mic tanks and processing units through a shortcut pipe known as a jumper line, a cost-cutting move. Because of this shortcut, water easily found its way into the mic tank. There should have been a safety barrier called a slip blind to prevent such an accident, but UCL didn't install it, again to save money. The company was already facing losses and had reduced maintenance and safety checks. Cheap materials replaced original parts, and safety systems were often turned off to cut costs. That night, around 9:30 p.m., when cleaning began, water started leaking into tank E610. By midnight, about 500 liters had entered the tank. The chemical reaction between mic and water rapidly increased the pressure and temperature. The underground concrete began to crack, and at around midnight, deadly gas burst out of the pipes and rose into the night sky. Bhopal's population was about 8.5 lakh at the time, and nearly 1/5 of the city lived near the factory. Unfortunately, the wind was blowing straight toward the city. Within minutes, the poisonous cloud spread to the streets, reaching homes, hospitals, and the nearby railway station. The slum area of Jai Prakash Nagar, closest to the factory, was hit the worst. People sleeping in open air woke up choking, their eyes burning. Many tried to run but fell dead within minutes. Those sleeping under blankets survived a little longer, but animals and livestock died instantly. More than 2,000 that very night. By 3 a.m., the hospitals near the area were overflowed with patients gasping for breath. Doctors had no idea what chemical they were dealing with. They had no antidote, no guidance. In panic, they gave random pills just to calm the crowd. In post-mortem rooms, there weren't enough doctors to examine the endless bodies. The government later claimed around 3,000 people had died, but locals and independent organizations revealed that over 10,000 people were killed that night alone, and nearly 30,000 more have died over the years due to its long-term effects. Out of Bhopal's 8.5 lakh residents, more than 5.5 lakh suffered serious injuries, blindness, breathing disorders, miscarriages, and lifelong disabilities. The factory had 3 safety systems that could have prevented the disaster, but all 3 failed. The first was the vent gas scrubber, which could neutralize leaking gas with caustic soda. It was turned off that night. The second was a flare tower, designed to burn toxic gas before it escaped, but it wasn't working due to a missing pipe section. The third safety measure was water spraying to dissolve escaping gas, but the pipes were too short to reach the top of the chimney. Every possible safety precaution failed, or was ignored. 4 days later, on December 7th, Warren Anderson, the chairman of Union Carbide, arrived in Bhopal from the U.S. He was briefly arrested, but not in jail. He was kept in his company's guest house under what could only be called luxury arrest. Within hours, he was released on bail, taken to the airport in an official car, flown to Delhi, and then quietly sent back to America. He never returned to India again. Even after causing the world's deadliest industrial disaster, Anderson escaped punishment, protected by power and politics. Years later, former Minister Sushma Swaraj claimed that Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi personally helped Anderson leave India in exchange for the release of a friend's son imprisoned in America. The Gandhi family denied this, but the shadow of that deal still lingers in history. The Bhopal Gas Tragedy was not an accident. It was a result of negligence, greed, and a system that valued profit over human lives. For the victims, justice has never truly come. Their children are still born with deformities, their lungs still suffer, and their eyes still burn, as if that poisonous night never ended. Even today, when the survivors speak, they say only one thing: it would have been better if we had died on December 2nd, 1984. So friends, I hope that you got a lot of information from this video. To watch more such interesting videos, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Also, click on the bell icon, which is present next to the subscription button, so that you can get the notification of all the new videos of this channel. Like and share the video. Take good care of yourself. Goodbye.